Hi everyone, it's Jessica Notes. You might also know me as Bipolar on Facebook and Instagram. And I'm gonna try to do a little vlog outside today, so we'll see what happens. But today I wanted to read to you my NAMI in our own voice presentation, and I'll talk a little bit about it after I'm done. But just so you know, NAMI is the National Alliance on Mental Illness, and we do these in our own voice presentations throughout the year, mostly to students in usually high school, sometimes middle school, but also sometimes, parent groups request us to talk to them too. So here it is. Hi, my name is Jess. My life basically revolves around my family, and I love it. I'm married to the best person I know, my husband, Brian. Trust me, that can be really annoying sometimes. Our daughter, Pearson, just turned 6. I work from home full-time, and I really enjoy having all that quiet time alone in the house since I'm a major introvert. My days are long, so I love ending each day with a good book. For as long as I can remember, I've gone through bouts of depression. In elementary school, I would deal with them by locking myself in my room and crying with my dog, Maxie. Sometimes it felt like she was the only one who cared and understood me. In high school, my friends were the ones I would cry to and ask for advice during low points. Right before I started my freshman year at Pitt, my depression worsened, and I was put on an antidepressant. Unfortunately, it didn't help my depression at all. So at the start of my sophomore year, a new antidepressant was prescribed to me. This one seemed to be helping, but I didn't feel like my usual introverted self. I had become a social butterfly and was making new friends every day. More concerning was that countless thoughts raced through my mind, and I had a hard time sleeping. I wasn't eating much. I felt like I was spiraling out of control. One night, I fell out of the top bunk and thought that the devil pushed me and was trying to kill me. I didn't share this with anyone, but I believed it. These changes eventually led to my first full-blown manic episode. During yet another sleepless night, I gazed at myself in the mirror and thought I had X-ray vision. At 6 a.m., I called my dad and woke him up and excitedly told him about my neat new X-ray vision trick and that I no longer needed sleep. I'm very lucky that my dad is a therapist. He understood what was happening and immediately drove up to get me. He phoned my psychiatrist, who wanted to admit me to the psych ward of a local hospital. After I begged and pleaded not to go to a hospital, my dad persuaded her to place me in his care. My psychiatrist diagnosed me with bipolar type 1. The next several years were very rocky. I managed to graduate from college, although I had to transfer to W&J to live at home. My bipolar was extremely unstable. We hadn't found the right meds for me, so I constantly cycled between mania and depression. I pushed away all of my friends. I was deeply embarrassed about my diagnosis because of the stigma attached to it, as well as my behavior. When I was first diagnosed with bipolar, I felt a strong sense of loss. In one fell swoop, my life as I knew it and the life I had planned for myself felt like it was ripped away, and I didn't know what my life with bipolar would be like. I didn't know if I could still do all the things I had expected for myself. My major turning point was when I became my strongest advocate for my recovery. After years of instability, I found myself a top-notch psychiatrist. My new doctor immediately prescribed me a mood stabilizer that actually worked, and my life changed for the better almost overnight. Just 6 months after starting my new medication, I began my career in publishing and met Brian. I took care of myself by exercising, eating right, and most of all, keeping a regular sleep schedule. No medicine is perfect, so when I do start to go into mania or depression, I contact my doctor right away in case an adjustment in my meds is needed. I also tell Brian about my symptoms so that he can remove some of the stress in my life by taking care of me, Pearson, and our household. I am fortunate to have close friends and family who support me. They are always willing to talk about whatever is going on, including my bipolar symptoms. They make me laugh, and usually that's when it clicks that life will go on and these symptoms will pass, no matter how bad I feel in the moment. I started a blog called ourbipolar.com. Writing blog posts and doing vlogs about my life has been very therapeutic. The goal of my blog is to reduce the stigma of mental illness as well as help others with mental health conditions not to feel alone. Last, but definitely not least, the two people who have been most instrumental in my recovery are my husband Brian and my daughter Pearson. They make me feel good about exactly who I am every day. For me, success looks like what I'm doing right now, talking openly about having bipolar so that I can spread awareness. It took me 20 years to have the courage to speak and write about having bipolar. Now I bask in being public. I love that people are finally getting to know the real me. Every time symptoms emerge and I allow myself to lean on family and friends and give it my all to get better, that is a success. I can't talk. That is a success. Another major success was graduating from college with honors while my illness was at its worst. It was probably the biggest struggle of my life. There was a time when having a career seemed impossible. I have been working at my organization for 14 years and rose through the ranks. Today I produce scientific journals as a production editor. Most of all, I'm proud to be married to someone I love and respect, and I'm constantly amazed that I am a parent, and a good one at that. Being a parent has been my most difficult role, but also my most rewarding one. It's been a hard road since my diagnosis, but with lifestyle changes and a whole lot of support, my life ended up being what I always wanted. So that's it. And yes, we always read. We read our speeches because they are long and we don't want to mess anything up. Usually we're doing this. I started doing this during the pandemic, so we're, on Zoom, and I am reading off of my computer screen. Computer camera is right above it so I can give more eye contact, but I tried to give you some today. But so that's what we do. We do these presentations. I've been doing them for about a year. You always kind of have a partner. You have someone else who's doing it with you. And then there's always someone, a representative from NAMI, who kind of acts as the moderator. So we kind of do our presentations and then we ask if there's any questions. And there's always some really great questions. This is something that I really enjoy doing. It can be nerve-wracking. It's still like public speaking, which most people are a bit uncomfortable with at times, but it's a way to kind of feel good and give back. Some of these kids and adults, they don't know anyone with bipolar or whatever it is, schizophrenia, anxiety. And once they speak with us, like now they do, and they know people who are, we're contributing to society just like everyone else. And it's a way for us to kind of be proud and talk about our accomplishments. I mean, I would never name all these accomplishments on a normal basis with people. But it is a way to feel good about ourselves and all that we've done and all we've kind of come back from. I think it's a really great service that NAMI provides. It's free. Anyone can request to have these presentations. Like I said, a lot of schools do them. Sometimes like civic organizations or clubs, groups for adults, but really anyone can do it. And I know it's been a really great thing for me to be a part of and a way to give back. So let me know if you have any questions in the comments, anything at all. Bye.